Thermostats. Today's subject, what's it all about? Why have I got one? Why am I going to change it? Hey, welcome everyone, welcome back to the channel, Smart Home Life. My name is Jeff. Today, thermostats. Why have I got a new thermostat? I've got a couple of gaskets here to go with it. Now, ever since we've had them at home, the temperature has never really gone up. Has once or twice, but it's never really gone up. And in the trip that we did to the New Forest that first night, I'll put a little link up there if you haven't watched it. The in-cab heater wasn't even getting that hot. So I've made the assumption with my experience in life with cars, etc., that it's quite possibly the thermostat. Also, whilst you're going to look at the other video, if you wouldn't mind just hitting the subscribe button for me. I'm not very good at this self-promotion sort of thing. It's free to do so. It'll take you 2 seconds while you're watching this video, but it'll help the channel out massively. If you can please hit the subscribe button, that'd be amazing. The support and just watching the views go up has been amazing for such a young channel, new channel. Yeah, it'd be great to continue. And I can continue to make videos like this, little how-tos, etc., in case people out there want to do it themselves. Because this cost me, I think it was £4, £4.50, something like that, to get. I've had a quick look outside already. It's literally two bolts, two screws, whatever you want to call it, by the looks of it. But I'll show you when we get out there. And it shouldn't take too long in this particular motorhome, or it's a Fiat Ducato 1992. It's actually about level with the top of the radiator, so we shouldn't lose too much coolant either. But we'll jump outside. I'm going to try and get this camera set up somehow in there. You haven't seen my setup. It's not the greatest in the world, but it does the job. So yeah, we'll jump on out there. We'll get this set up, and I'll get some tools, and we'll make a start on the thermostat. But before we do, why am I? Well, I've explained why I'm choosing it. What does it do? It restricts the flow of water to parts of the engine when it's colder. If I'm wrong, any mechanics out there, please let me know that I'm wrong. It's the same on cars, vans, any engine will have one, and it does the same job. It restricts that flow of water to a smaller part until it gets up to temperature. When it gets up to temperature, this opens up and it allows the water to go off to the radiator, etc., to cool down quicker. And then when it gets hotter again, your electric fans, if you have electric fans, I think most vehicles do nowadays, will kick in and therefore cool it down even more. If it goes above that, you've got a problem. Go and get it sorted out by an expert. So yeah, I actually think in our motorhome there isn't one. I got this sneaky. It's either stuck open, so it will never close, never really warm the water up, or someone's had a problem with it in the past and they've took it out. I've done that myself in cars before. Car starts to overheat, thermostat is stuck shut, take it out, throw it away. It's the summer, don't need the heater, throw it out. So that's my reasoning. So anyhow, we're going to jump outside now and see if we can get this done. It shouldn't be too bad of a job, he says, fingers crossed, because we're going away next weekend. Hopefully we can get this sorted. Right, so we are outside the motorhome, the van, and it's a little bit awkward to get to, but this pipe here is from the top of the radiator, so it's the top hose. Okay, and it goes down here to, these are all pipes here, and over here, these are all pipes that go off. These two, I believe, go off to the heater matrix inside the cab, which is how you get warmth, which goes up to this heater up here, lower. So inside this, and it's very awkward, inside there, I believe, inside there should live the thermostat. Okay, so I'm going to have to undo this bolt, and there's another bolt back this side here, just there, that I've got to try and remove, and then lift this pipe off. And because it's almost level, we'll lose a little bit of water. If I can hoik it up high enough, quick enough, I shouldn't lose too much of the coolant. I did put some fresh in not too long ago, and I did put in more concentrate than I did water, I got to be honest. So even if I top it up with just water, it should be fine. Some people would disconnect the battery, etc. I don't believe I'm going to need to. So I'm going to crack on, get these nuts off. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit limited for space in here to set a camera up, or my actual phone and tripod that I have. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to just stop recording. But as soon as I get this off, I'll show you where we're at, and then we'll go from there. Right, well, strangely, I haven't finished it yet, but let me just zoom out a second. There we go. They come undone, as you can see, very, very easily. Both of them came apart very easily. So it either makes me think that someone has done this recently and took them out, or Houston, we have a problem. Give me a couple of minutes, I'll come back to you. Right, I'll bring it back now, because as you can possibly see, I've took it off. It popped off quite easily. I'll just give this a little bit of a clean up, a bit of rag and something. I forgot to put a bucket down, but it's just running onto my garden, unfortunately. But it's actually broken. The top piece of this thermostat has come away. So it's completely broken. Now, why? I do not know. How is that going to affect things? Again, I do not know. But something definitely is not right with this. So I'm glad we're changing it. Hopefully I'm doing right. Yeah, it looks like quite a straightforward job. I just got to try and pull this out, but because this is broken, it might not be easy. Might just have to get a screwdriver in here and just try and prise it off somehow. Let's try that while we're here. It feels pretty solid. There is a bit of play, bit of movement, and there we go, just what I thought. So the whole thermostat assembly that you can see there is just going to one side. So I might have to get a screwdriver and try and prise this open somehow, and pop this out and get a new one in. Okay, back in a bit. Right, so there we go. I managed to prise it out with a pair of pliers. As you can see, completely broken into two. That's why it wasn't working. That's why we had a little bit of heat, a little bit of temperature, and nothing too substantial. Right, let's get the new one in. Right, I've pushed them in there, give them a bit of a clean up. I pushed them in as much as I can. So now the seal is flush. Okay, I'm going to leave that little bit of water there to help act as a bit of sealant. It'll help seal it down, but I have given them a bit of a clean up. Okay, we did lose a little bit of water, so we'll have to top that up. That's probably because what I wasn't thinking of is the heater matrices and things like that are a little bit higher, so it would have flushed down through. But that's fine. It's a simple way to flush these, from what I understand. But that is in pretty much as I can get it. So now it's just a case of popping this over the top, like so, and sticking the two bolts in, if I can find them. Bear with me. I'm going to do one at the back, and we'll try and pop them down as evenly as we can. I did spray this up with some penetrating fluid before I came out, which may have helped, but the bolts seem very clean, very good. And now we're going to go on to the front one, if I can see. Excuse my fingers. Okay, and it's literally going to be as simple as that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get these. They don't need to be too tight, so don't rip the head off or whatever. Just make it nice and tight, get them in there. And then we'll come back and we will try and bleed the system. So see you in a bit. Alright, one thing that I nearly forgot is inside there you see that little brown ring is a seal washer. So I've just prized this one out because I was just talking to my partner's son about it, and he said, "What's that?" Because down here I've got one. I said, "That's just a seal," and I went, "Oh, should I use that?" So I've come out here and it's very, very flat, so it's been in there a long, long time. So I actually think it's best to whip it out, put in the new one, make sure we get a good old seal, because by the time I put this back together, there's a chance it's going to leak. Yeah, you with me? So I'm going to pop this back in. We're going to screw it all back down. By the way, for anyone that I haven't said to, it was two 13mm sockets, or a 13mm socket to undo them. That was it. Simple little job. Anyone can do this. We're going to pop him back down. I'm going to then put some more water in. We're going to have the engine running for quite a while. We'll get the water circulating around. We'll check and make sure the pipes are getting warm, getting hot. We'll make sure everything is working as it is. I'm further investigating on the old thermostat. Yeah, it was completely broken. It was stuck open. One side was broken away. I've since thrown it away now. So yeah, therefore it was staying open all the time. But I'm going to get this finished. I'll come back to you in a bit. For you it'd be a second, for me it'd probably be an hour by the time I get the system bled, because I don't believe, and I haven't seen any bleed screws or bleed nipples or anything like that. So I'm pretty certain it's just going to be a case of leaving the cap open, running it, allowing air to generate, even squeeze these pipes. That was an old thing I used to do years ago on cars, just squeeze the pipes to get the water going through. We'll get the water going through the whole system. That may take me a few days to do, to get it fully topped up, but we'll get it sorted. It's not a problem. So I'll bring you back when I'm all done. Oh wow, that was close. I don't know if you can see, you probably can't see because the rain's hitting that side, but I've literally just put everything away. I've put the bonnet cover back on, put the tools away, and literally just jumped straight back in the motorhome. As you can hear, the engine's running, so I apologise. And the heavens have just opened. Back to the British weather, I guess, that we've had throughout this apparently wettest few months ever recorded on history, since what, 1910 or something like that. We've had a good few days. Today was okay, so I've just managed to finish. I think I've topped up with water. Literally 5 minutes ago, I've topped up with as much as I think had lost. We will see in the course of time. I squeezed the pipes. You can hear air had moved and water is potentially in them. I've got the engine running, as you can probably hear. So the next stage is just to let it get up to temperature, make sure everything's happening. I didn't witness any leaks from the area that I was at. I put the little rubber seal around, which was a little bit fiddly because it didn't want to stay in the groove. So I got it sort of three parts in, put it in place, and hopefully the clamp has pushed it in, it's slotted in. It feels all nice and tight and fine. It feels perfect, if I'm honest with you. Time will tell on that. I will keep my eyes on it and keep checking it. So yeah, it's a quick recap on a 92 Fiat Ducato. This is what this motorhome is based on. You just need a 13mm socket or spanner. You could do it with spanner, just be a little bit more fiddly, I guess. Pop them two off. You can feel it's sealed on. Just whip the top off. Load of water will come out, so get a bucket or something underneath, just to catch anything, and pop it off. Mine was broken, so I had to use a pair of pliers just to pull it out, but generally just pull it out. So yeah, take the bolts off, pull the thermostat in. Make sure it's got the seal around this ring. You'll see when you get it. Pop it in. New seal. Use a new seal. It's going to give you a better seal. Pop it all together. Tight and a little crack. Not too tight. You don't want to rip its head off. You don't want to do all that. And then just bleed the system. Like this is an old one, 92. That's perfectly fine. Just leave the cap off. Get the engine running. Top up as required. I put the cap back on to give it pressure. So when it gets its temperature, it gets the pressure. Job done. And that's it, basically. Just Keep your eye out over the next few times that you start it or use it. Make sure you've got water on board just in case you need to top up, etc. You can top up with water, but make sure you put some concentrate or something in later on. You know, best practice, get some antifreeze, pop your antifreeze in. This is UK markets, of course. Make sure you get the right one. That is your best practice, and that is it. Job done. Hopefully, in the next hour or so, we'll see. I get some warmth out of the cab heater, whether the temperature gauge actually moves now. We'll see. I'll keep you updated in future videos. Again, if you've got this far and you've seen it, please hit that subscribe button for me. A little thumbs up. It'll help the channel out so much. I don't like doing self-promotion. I get quite conscious about it, I guess, but I kind of have to. I like doing YouTube. I like making these videos for you guys and for me, actually. I like it for me. I'm learning as I go. I'm learning how to film. I'm learning stuff about the motorhome. So, yeah, really, really appreciate it if you could do that for me. Take care, leave footprints, take memories, all that kind of stuff. I'll see you in the next video, which might be on our little Easter break, which is happening next week. We're going to go away for a couple of days. Yeah, take it steady. See you soon. Bye for now. Right. So I know I finished the video, but I wanted a bit of a conclusion to it. So once I'd finished, bled the system, done all of that stuff, took it out for a drive, and surprised, kind of surprised, kind of not surprised. The heat that we're getting from the cab heater now is phenomenal. It's amazing. It's brilliant. It's so much warmer. I know today's a bit of a warmer day than when we went out, but it's so much better. Definite improvement. And although I haven't driven very far as of yet, the actual gauge, the temperature gauge, is actually moving as well, which it has never done before, or not definitely not on a normal sort of trip. So I'm not saying it's getting up to 90 or even 100, but it is making movements. All the pipes, I've just checked them now, all the pipes are getting warm, everything's getting warm. I've squeezed the pipes and no more air is coming out. I've topped it all up. It's topped up as much as it should be. So yeah, I just wanted to give you a bit of an update really, about the whole thing, and currently I think it was a success. It was certainly something that was worthwhile doing and getting done, because it means we can drive many distances in cold weathers and not have to worry about getting cold again. Because you know what UK's like, we'll have some good weather for a short time, then it'll be very cold again. So yeah, I just wanted to update you. So thank you for sticking with us, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. The next video, I'm not sure what it's going to be about, because we've got Easter weekend coming up. So it might take me a bit longer to get a video out. But we'll see. It might be about the Easter weekend, but we will see. Maybe I'll sneak something in a little bit before. I've got a couple of ideas, but we'll go from there. Well, thanks for sticking with me. Take care. See you all soon. Bye for now.